Welcome back to the Cricket Show, and here's what's coming up. With the Proteas chat done in a separate episode, today is all about the games. We kick things off with a new game called Who's That Player, where the guys guess who the player is based on the clues I give them, before moving straight back into FIFER. Now after this crazy session of FIFER, the leaderboard hots up, and then we move straight into On This Day. This one is all about one of the craziest matches in Test cricket history. Now we'll end things off with another fun new game called Cricket Cards. Stay tuned to find out all about the rules and who comes out tops. But now, let's get going. So the first of the games in this episode is Who's That Player? A new segment, of course, and this is how it works. Who's That Player is a simple game. I give you a bunch of clues and you try to guess who's that player. After the first clue, a correct guess is worth 3 points. After the second, it's worth just 2. And after the third, it's worth only 1. If nobody gets it after the 3 clues, I go ahead and give you one more very obvious clue. But of course, that is not for points. It's just so that we find out who's that player. So the question that we're going to use to find our order of who gets to answer first today is a simple one. There has been one team that has been very successful in giving the most extras in an innings of an ODI, and that has been Pakistan. In fact, the record for this is exactly the same as their previous record. They've done it twice, once against West Indies and once against Scotland. How many extras was the most that was ever given in a single innings of an ODI?
43.
Combs goes 43. Divi goes 52.
61.
Oof.
So this was a tight one, and Kuv pulled up clutch there. 61 is the closest to it. It actually was 59. 59 extras in a 50 over innings. So it's Kuv first, then Divi, and of course Combs will come last. I would have actually gone closer to 43 if I didn't know the stat, because 59, what the hell. So the first who is that player question, then I'm going to read you a statement, and as I explained in the rules, you're going to go for it in the order that we've just defined. So 1. I am a top order batsman that has 8,743 test runs and 6,810 ODI runs to go with my 30 test wickets and 37 ODI wickets. And I'm widely considered the greatest batsman my country has ever produced. Who am I? Go first up then.
So, Verv Richards.
Not Verv Richards. We come to TV next.
I'm going to go Kevin Peterson.
It's not Kevin Peterson. Combs then.
Chris Gale.
It's not Chris Gale. All some decent choices. Now the second statement. Some of the teams that I have played domestic cricket for include Yorkshire, Gloucestershire, Barbados Tridents, Gujarat Titans, and Sunrisers Hyderabad. I see some looks on faces. Go back to Kuv.
Shakib? No.
It's not Shakib. Divi?
Kane Williamson.
And that is your answer. Ding, ding, ding. Divi comes up trumps there. 2 points.
Yeah. Spinner. Yeah.
So that's why I threw you off with the wickets in the statement. But good one there. Divi, 2 points on the board. Immediate impact. Now over to the second question. So because Divi wins the first one, he will get to answer first for the second one. And then, of course, we'll come back to Kuv and then Kums. So question number 2. I am a World Cup winner and am widely regarded as one of the most explosive batsmen that has ever played the game, whilst also being one of the most successful T20 players in history with 16 titles to my name.
Dan Christian.
Not Dan Christian. We'll come to Kuv next.
I'm going to go Adam Gilchrist.
Not Adam Gilchrist. Kums then.
Rohit Sharma.
Not Rohit Sharma either. So we'll go on to the second statement. I've played for more than 20 domestic teams, including the Trinbago Knight Riders, which is my home team in the CPL.
It's obvious.
What's the CPL?
It's obvious.
Chris Gale.
It's not Chris Gale. We'll come to Kuv next.
Kieran Pollard.
It is Kieran Pollard. That is the man. Ding, ding. 2 points to Kuv then. Question number 3 then. I have represented my country for more than 13 years and became its 45th captain in Tests. a format that I was initially selected in as a leg spinner. But to date, I only have 19 wickets in 109 matches with the red ball for my country. I'm going to start off with
Steve
Kuf.
Smith.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Steve
That was a
Smith
good one.
on the money,
That was a good
bang, bang, bang. So you got it immediately. I expected that first statement to be quite vague, but on the head. So Kuv ends with 5 points there, Divya 2. Kums, unfortunately, with a duck to start. Now there'll be more games included in this episode, so you do have a chance to catch up. So of course, there's a different leaderboard for this, and as you can see it on screen, Kov on 5, Divi on 2, Kums on not. But now we're going to move on to FIFER. FIFER, of course, has its own leaderboard, which you can see now on screen, and it's getting a bit tighter. Kums still leads the way there. Kov has now jumped up into second with Divi in third. And let's go for the non-FIFER question first then. So we have just seen South Africa score their lowest total ever against Afghanistan in an ODI. But I want to know, what was their highest total ever in an ODI against Afghanistan? So Kums will start, seeing as he leads the leaderboard.
404.
404 from Kums. Kov next.
295.
295 from Kov and Divi.
I think 327.
327 from Divi. So this result actually came in the 2023 ODI World Cup in one of 3 matches to date that South Africa have played against Afghanistan in ODIs. The score in that game, 247 for 5. Yeah. You've only ever played them 3 times in ODIs. So, as it stands, Kuv will lead the way today in FIFER, followed by Divi, and then Mr. 404, Kums, will go last. So, for Kuv then, the easiest question of the day. Can you name the top 5 spin bowlers with the most FIFERs in Test cricket history?
Shane Warne.
Shane Warne, number 2, ding ding.
Murali.
Muttaya Muralidharan, the Tamil boy, number 1, ding ding.
Okay. Nathan Lyon.
Nathan Lyon is a little bit lower, number 7.
Who else left? Graham Swan.
Graham Swan is a fair bit down, like number 12.
Why am I blanking? Again, New Zealand.
To put you under a bit more pressure.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the answer is
I'm blanking. Shakib? No.
Shakib Al
No,
Hassan
this is
is
test.
for the
No, this is test.
unlucky Kuf. And that was the third answer. Shakib is number 11. So we'll come to Divi next for the first steal.
I'll go Anil Kumble.
Anil Kumble, number 4, ding ding. And then to Kums.
Imran Tahir.
Imran Tahir is all the way down there. What did that come from?
Hell?
In Test cricket, Mr. Gillette.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, you guys were missing 2. This was actually an easy question. I just sense a lot of blanking and giving me
blanked on
T20
India.
cricketer names instead of Test cricket, which was mentioned. So number 1 was Murali with 67 FIFERs. Number 2 was Shane Warne with 37. Number 3, Ravichandran Ashwin with 36. Then Anil Kumble in 4 with 35. And then Herat Mudian Selage Rangana Kirti Bandara Herat again. In number 5 with 34 FIFERs. So a big miss there. Some
India.
very good spin bowlers. Kovens with 1 after Divi steals 1 off him. So I'll go on to the next question then, and that is for Divi, the medium one. Can you name the top 5 pace bowlers with the most 10 wicket hauls in test matches in the 21st century?
Okay. I'll go Dale Steyn.
Number 1, ding ding, Dale Steyn.
Then I'll have to go James Anderson.
Number 4, Jimmy Anderson, ding ding.
Then you gotta go Stuart Broad.
Number 5, Stuart Broad, ding ding.
No, it gets a bit tough. Let's see. Let's go. Mitchell Johnson.
Mitch Johnson's number 6.
Joking. Okay. See this word.
Were you saying wood?
Vernon Philander. No, Vernon Philander. I was going wood.
Vernon Philander's further down is about number 9.
Okay, last one. Can't think of it.
5, 4.
Let's try KG.
Kaiso Rabada, ding ding, number 3. You're missing 1, number 2. You're missing number 2.
Number 2. Jeez.
We'll give you a countdown again.
Muhammad Shami.
That is your third answer. It is not Mohammed Shami. So we'll come over to Kuv for the first steal.
I'm gonna go Boomerang. No.
Jasprit Bumrah is not it. He is on the list somewhere further down there, but Combs then for a steal.
I don't know, man. Stark.
Mitchell Stark's also further down there, not it. So I'll tell
Cummins.
you who you guys have been looking for. Pat Cummins is also further down. So number 1, Dale Steyn with 5 10-wicket hauls. Number 2, Makaya Ntini
Oh, come
with
on.
No
4
way.
10-wicket hauls. And I made this the medium question because I knew that no one was going to guess Ntini. Number 3, Kagiso Rabada also with 4. Jimmy Anderson with 3. And then Stuart Broad also with 3. So Divi ends that round with 4. Okay then, for you Kums, the hardest question of the lot here. Can you name the top 5 bowlers with the most FIFERs in ODI history?
Murli.
Number 2, Ding Ding, Muttaya Muralidharan.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Shane Warne is not on the list anywhere in the top 10. Very surprising.
Stain.
Dale Steyn is not in the top 5 either.
Oh,
So
Polly.
2 bounces down. Sean Pollock is also further down. That is your third bouncer. We'll come to Kuv to steal then.
Let's try either Wasim Akram or Walker Yunus. Let's go Walker Yunus.
Ding ding, number 1, Waka Yunus. We'll come to Divi next.
Please don't say Wazim.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's either that. Yeah, I'm going to go with Wazim.
It is not it. So Kuv did an amazing thing there and chose the right one of the 2. So your top 5 then was Waka Yunus in number 1 with 13 fifers. Murali in number 2 with 10. Mitchell Stark in 3 with 9. Brett Lee in 4 with 9. And Shahid Afridi in 5 also with 9. Interesting day and a brilliant one for Kuv and Divi because Kums ends with 0. So this is going to shift
0.
that leaderboard up quite a bit, as you are going to be able to see on screen right now. It is getting tighter, a lot tighter, and I think as we go along here, it's probably gonna get a bit more interesting. Next up then, on this day, the 22nd of September, on this day in 1986. It was the first of a 3-match test series on Australia's tour of India, where Australia won the toss and elected to bat first at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Madras, now Chennai. Australia, led by a brilliant Dean Jones double century, soared to 574 for 7 early on day 3. Jones faced 330 balls and was eventually taken to hospital to be treated for heat exhaustion. His colleagues, David Boone and Captain Alan Border, also made notable knocks of 122 and 106 respectively before eventually declaring. In reply, India had a torrid time chasing the deficit, losing 7 wickets for just 270 runs by the end of day 3. Indian captain Kapil Dev stood out with his 119, but India were eventually dismissed for 397, avoiding the follow-on by just 23 runs and still trailing by 177. Australia's second innings was more brisk, scoring 170 for 5 in just 49 overs before declaring. And thus, at the close of play on day 4, India required a target of 348 runs to win. In contrast to their first innings, the hosts started well, romping to 204 for 2 when Sunil Gavaskar was dismissed for 90. They trotted along to 291 for 5, and then Chandrakant Pandit was dismissed, leading to a flurry of tail-end wickets. With 1 over left to play on day 5, India were 344 for 9, needing 4 runs to win, but with just 1 wicket in hand. So what then happened in the last over? Greg Matthews stepped up to bowl to Ravi Shastri, with Maninder Singh the last man at the other end. Ball 1, Matthews to Shastri, dot. 4 required of 5. Ball 2, Matthews to Shastri, clipped away, 2 runs, just 2 needed now of 4. The third ball, Shastri pushes to square leg for a single, leaving the scores tied with 1 run needed of 3 to win the match. But Maninder Singh is now on strike. Ball 4, Matthews to Singh, dot. Now 1 required of 2. Ball 5, Matthews steps up and tosses one into Singh, and Singh misses. He is struck on his back pad, and umpire Vikram Raju calls leg before wicket after a loud appeal. India bowled out for 347, with Matthews taking 5 for 146 in the innings and 10 in the match, leading to only the second tied test in history, and one that will live on for the ages. Now we move on to cricket cards. Cricket cards is all about battling some stats between a bunch of players. It starts off with 3 spinning wheels to decide the player type, where they must be from, what format are we looking at, and then the stat types that we will be challenging. Based on this, each of the guys picks a player, and then we go ahead and battle the cards. For each stat category, the person who comes out on top gets 2 points, while second gets 1 point, and third gets 0. At the end of all of this, the total points will be added to the scoreboard. So the first of the wheels that we'll spin then is the player category. Is it a bowler, all-rounder, wicketkeeper, or batsman? Let's find out what we're going to be playing with today. It looks like we are going to be using all-rounder, so you have to pick an all-rounder. Now, where shall that all-rounder be from? Let's go ahead and spin the location wheel. And what it's going to pop up for us right now is islands. So island countries only. Now that you know where the all-rounder must come from, let's see what format we're going to be judging these stats on. And we look like we're going to end up with the list A stats only. So the 4 stats that'll be on the card then start off, and our first pick is going to be hundreds. So we're looking at batting hundreds, followed up by best figures. It seems it is best figures, bowling economy, batting strike rate. So what we're looking for is a all-rounder with a high batting strike rate that was a very good bowler. Now I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds to pick your player for your card, and then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to battle those 3 cards. So Kuv, who is your player?
I'm gonna go James Faulkner.
James Faulkner from Kuv. So Divi, your pick is?
Ian Botham.
Okay, he's going to go with Ian Botham.
Lewis Gregory.
You said Lewis
Yeah.
Gregory, eh?
Yeah.
We're going to start off with batting hundreds then in list A. And Lewis Gregory has 1. Ian Botham in his list A career has 7 hundreds. So good for him. And then James Faulkner, as you can see, has a total of 100 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give Divi 2 points for the first one. And we're going to give you half a point each because that's a draw. So half a point for Kums, half a point for Kuv then, tying for second. The next stat then is best figures. James Faulkner's best figures in a match was 4 for 20 in list A. Ian Botham then goes with 5 for 27. So Botham again trumping it up there. And then Lewis Gregory comes up with 4 for 23. So Kuv gets 1, finishing just better there. And Divi gets 2 yet again. So Ian Botham looking trumps here so far. The next one is bowling economy. We're going to start off with Lewis Gregory yet again. His bowling economy at the end of his career in list A was 5.95. We'll come over to Ian Botham, and his bowling economy was 3.99. And then James Faulkner ended with a bowling economy of 5.33. So James Faulkner with 1 point, Ian Botham with 2 points, and Mr. Why on earth did he select Lewis Gregory with no points? The last of the categories then, batting strike rate. And we'll look at James Faulkner first this time. James Faulkner's batting strike rate, as you can see in List A cricket, is 89.76. We'll go back to Botham, who had a batting strike rate in List A cricket of not recorded in statistical history. So Divesh, for all his winnings there, and all the benefits of getting that low economy, is going to get a nil point for his batting strike rate. And then Lewis Gregory had a strike rate of 100.83. So unfortunately, Divi, I don't know if you want to make a point of order, but I think you've won enough there to let Coombs get 2, Coombs get 2, Coombs get 1, and Divi get 0. So as we end here, Divi ends up with 6 points, Coombs with 2.5, and Kov with 3.5. We're going to go with the second round of cricket cards now, and we'll start off at the top again. What type are we going to get here with the player category this time? And it looks like this time we're going to end up with a wicket keeper. So we have a keeper to start off proceedings. So where must this keeper be from? Let's find out. And the wheel says that the keeper should be from Asia. So any of the Asian countries will count. Over to the match type then. And where must this Asian keeper have played pretty well? In ODIs, one-day internationals. So the first of the stats that we'll be looking at then will be batting average. So the keeper with the best batting average. Second one then, top score, ducks or 50s. It's going to be 50s as the third category. And to end off, the fourth of the categories here, total runs is the last of them. All batting stats here for the keepers.
So are we saying Sangha is off limits? What can I
You
choose?
can go, Sangha.
Ah, well, then I'm gonna go with Sangha.
Nah,
I mean,
what is wrong with you, Divesh? What the f- is wrong with you?
That's fine,
You let this all walk over you the last
Let
time.
him make it pick. Let him make it pick. Am I second? I am second, right?
yes.
I'm
You
second.
are
I'll go
second.
MS Dhoni. Please, thank you.
Coombs in third.
Yeah, now I'm okay, I'm gonna go with Kamran Akmal.
So Kamran Akmal from Coombs. Kuv, of course, went Kumar Sangakkara, and Divi went MS Dhoni. So we're going to start off with the batting averages in ODIs then. Kumar Sangakkara, 41.98. Divi's pick next then, and that is MS Dhoni, with a average of 50.57. And Coombs, I think, shot himself in the foot again. Kamran Akmal's ODI average, 26.09. So, of course, we'll go with Divi with 2 points there again. Kuv with 1. Coombs with 0. Next category then was top score. We'll start with Kamran Akmal this time. His top ODI score is 124. Kumar Sangakkara then with 169. And MS Dhoni with 183 not out. So yet again, Divi with 2. Kuv with 1. And Coombs with 0. Now the next category was 50s. Is in terms of ODI 50s, Mahendra Singh Dhoni has 73. Jeez Louise. Kumar Sangakkara with 93. And then Kamran Akmal, I don't know what you were thinking, but he has 10. So Kamran Akmal a no-show in this contest. Kumar Sangakkara gives Kuf 2, Divi gets 1, and Coombs gets 0. I'm sorry for laughing, but this is 2 bad picks in a row. I'll go to the last of the categories, and that's total runs. And we'll start off with our shining light, Kamran, yet again. 3,236 in last. Kumar Sangakkara with 14,234 in first. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni with 10,773 in second. So Divi gets 1. So Kuv finishes off that round with 6. Divi finishes off with 6 as well. And Coombs What on earth? Watermare, you sit on 0. So that is that. Leaderboard is back on screen. Coombs had a bit of a tough time there with all those wheels spinning in his face. I think he got a bit confused. But nonetheless, this leaderboard is sure to hot up as we get deeper into it. Now, if you've enjoyed this one, drop us a like, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget you can also listen to this on all the audio platforms. This is possibly going to be a lot better in video format than audio, but nonetheless, you can still listen to us on your way to work. Now, until the next one, please take care and don't forget to pour shots and cheers.